everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Guys, today we are going to be doing a video that y'all have been asking me for ever since we've done the video on the Gen 2 oil pump gears. Since the Gen 1 is different from the Gen 2 in the timing procedure, we're going to do a video today on the Gen 1 to show you the differences, and I'm pretty much going to run you through the whole setup again. So, okay, now this video will be just for Gen 1. If you have a Gen 2 or even a Gen 3, because the Gen 3 have the same timing procedures as the Gen 2, go check out my video. I will throw a card up here and also a link down in the description. But for this video, it will be for Gen 1. So what we're going to do first, guys, is we're going to take the valve covers, the water pump pulley, the water pump, and the crank pulley, and then the timing cover off. So that's what we're going to do right now. Once you get the timing cover off, you're down to the timing chains. So for this step, you're going to remove the right timing chain first, which is the passenger side. You're going to remove it first. To do it, you want to put the crank keyway at 12 o'clock. And to verify on the Gen 1 that you have everything right, the R should be pointing up. Also, the cam is in a neutral position. So there's nothing being pressed down on a spring or anything like that. So when you take the timing chain off, nothing is going to move or anything like that. So now you're going to take the tensioner off, then you will take the chain and the chain guides off. Alright, this is where the Gen 1 and the Gen 2 separate from each other in the timing procedure. I'm not going to talk about the Gen 2 because it's on a video, but for this one, we are going to, now that we have the right side apart, now we are going to rotate the crank counterclockwise backwards to the 9 o'clock position to take the left side timing chain off. All right, now we are finally at the oil pump, and this is, we're gonna get it off. Now guys, most of you will be doing this inside of a vehicle. You will not have the engine on a stand, and that's the reason I'm not pulling the oil pan just like I did in the Gen 2. I'm gonna leave the oil pan on so you can kind of see exactly how I get to the bolts, take them off. You actually get a chance to see it. If I was doing this in a car, I wouldn't necessarily be able to get the angles and the views to be able to show you exactly what's going on. But these two bolts right here come out. And now they're a little tricky. That one in there, this one right here is no big deal. That one right there, it's a little pain. So what we did, we took a 10mm wrench and kind of bent the end of it to kind of get the right angle to be able to get it out. Now it's a slow process, but it beats having to lift the motor up in order to drop the pan in the car. Alright, once you have the pickup tube unbolted and pushed down, it'll just push down a little bit. You don't have to do it a lot, just a little bit. Then you go ahead and unbolt the 4 bolts and then pull the oil pump off. Alright, this is the oil pump. This engine right here is a 5-liter from a truck. And this is the truck oil pump. But we have a Mustang oil pump that we're going back with Mustang billet gears. So we're going to take this apart and change out the gears for you. Alright, now we have the oil pump gears, so we're just going to get them out of there. Alright, now on this you just want to put clean oil all over the gear. Put oil down in here. And then you always want to do it with the lettering up. And then it'll just slide right in. You don't want to force it, you just want to let it fall in. Alright, now that you got it seated, you just want to make sure that it spins freely. Like that. And now we're going to oil the inner gear. And it drops in just like that. Now you're ready to put the case back on. And you're going to torque the bolts to 89 inch-pounds. Once you get everything tightened up, you want to take it and you want to make sure you can turn the oil pump gears with ease. Once you can do that, just kind of set the oil pump gear up. The flat spots are going to go on the crank, and we're going to do that now. Jeremy just installed a two-step on this, so we're going to let y'all hear it. You got the flat spots on the oil pump gears, and you got the flat spots on the crank. So all you're gonna do is just kind of line it up, kind of get it going on there, and there it goes, guys. Once you're on there, you're good to go. Okay, for the torque specs for the oil pump, you are going to, now this is boat 1, this is boat 2, this is boat 3, and this is boat 4. The first step, you're going to tighten boat 1 to 89 inch-pounds. Boat 2, you're going to tighten to 18 foot-pounds. Boat 3 is 89 inch-pounds, and boat 4 is 177 inch-pounds. Then, for the last step, you are going to tighten this one, boat 1, an additional 45 degrees, boat 2, an additional 75 degrees, boat 3, an additional 45 degrees, and boat 4, an additional 60 degrees. Alright, right here, guys, if you look, you've got a colored mark link right there, and you got a colored link right here. So basically, if you look on the crank, while your keyway's at 9 o'clock, we did not move it from when we took it apart. So you see this spot right here, this mark right here. That's basically we're gonna line it up, and then on the left side, you're gonna put it on the L right here. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Alright, as you can see, the cutter link on the chain is lined up with the mark on the crank sprocket, and it is also lined up with the mark on the cam sprocket, the phaser. So if you have it like this, you cannot be wrong. Just remember that the L needs to be pointing up. Now we're going to install the tensioner, and we're going to torque the tensioner down to 89 inch-pounds, and also torque this bolt for the guide down to 89 inch-pounds. Alright everyone, now it is time to, we got this side all timed. Now it is time to time the right hand side. So now you are going to simply turn this keyway clockwise back to 12 o'clock and then time this side. Alright, one thing I want to talk about real quick on this is that you want this side to be tight. If you got the timing mark lined up right here with the link, and then you have this one up here right, and you've got a little slack right here, it is okay to turn this just a little to get this tight. Like I said, as long as those marks are lined up, you are in time. So you want to get this side tight before you put everything on. So we're going to put the guide right here, then we're going to turn this till it's tight, and then we'll put this one on with the tensioner on. Alright, once you have this side locked down, you can go back, and on the Gen 1s you can go back and verify, because there's your right R, and as you can see there's your R with your color link. Down here you have the color link lined up with the mark, and if you look right here, don't know if you can see it, you can see the color link lined up with the color link. And then you go over here, and then the L is lined up with the color link. If you do that, guys, it is 100% in time, and you are ready to rock and roll. All right, so that's the timing procedure on a Gen 1. Like I said, it's different from a Gen 2 and a Gen 3. If you have a Gen 2 or a Gen 3, the link's down in the description for that video. Go check it out. One thing I do want to point out, if you're going to use a Mustang oil pump, you need to use a Mustang timing cover. Now, this engine already had the Mustang timing cover. That is actually the engine that was originally in the white car named Philip before he took it out and put a 14 Mustang engine in. So they are taking this engine and putting it in the strawberry red car, which they've got all the molding on, and they got the seats in. It is coming together, guys, really, really nicely. So now we get the rest of the engine put together, and this engine is ready to go in. Made it with the TKO 600, and it'll be ready to go. So, guys, I know what you're wondering. It's been a couple of videos, no GT500 content, and that's because the weather has been absolutely crappy, rain and horrible. But The sun is out tomorrow, and I'm going to get you guys a video with the GT500, and we've got some parts coming for that. Should be within a week or so, and we'll be putting some parts on that and doing some work with that car. But I'm going to get out tomorrow. It's supposed to be a beautiful day. I'm going to get out tomorrow and get some footage of the GT500 for you guys. So that video will be the next video that comes out, so stay tuned for that. But guys, stay tuned for the subscriber ride section right after this. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you next time.